Hello there, Dragonfire here, finishing up another movie franchise. This time I am doing my ranking for the Oceans series. I have watched all 5 movies currently in the franchise. In case you didn't know there was 5, there's Oceans 11, the original Oceans 11, made back in 1960, and then the remake um, and its sequels, as you can see here, with Oceans 11, 12, and 13, followed up by uh, Oceans 8. So I thought maybe Oceans 8 was going to be a prequel, given the name, and my understanding is that they were planning on doing an 8, 9, and 10 a trilogy, but for whatever reason, probably due to poor response to part 8, or the 8, or the movie that has the word 8 in the title, um, they scrapped the trilogy, and it doesn't look like we're going to get any more. So the Oceans movies stand alone as they are right now at 5. Okay, so where's my ranking going to be? A lot of these movies honestly really blend together for me. They're really fun heist movies, but beyond the fun heist movies, I don't really remember a lot of everything that goes on in the movies. So, I actually had to go back and um, watch my reviews of the movies. I thought that would be easier than watching each of the movies over again. I watched my reviews of each movie to help me kind of gather my thoughts and say, oh yeah, that was this one, that was that one, get my thoughts together for my rankings. So I'm going to say for 5th place, going to come in for me is going to be Oceans 12. So that one right there, Oceans 12. For me, Oceans 12, the ending is really convoluted, and that's something that docks at a lot of points for me, and I don't believe that it actually makes sense. And I don't like it, and so it's just not good. And for me, it comes at the bottom of the list. The ending is really convoluted. If you just think about the actual plot for a good amount of time and actually go into what they're actually saying happened and stuff, the whole ending just falls apart and shouldn't have worked. Okay. So to Ocean's 12 is going to come in 5th place for me. Next up, I'm going to go with Ocean's 13. This one kind of lost my interest. Kind of boring. I also gets docked some points. I don't like the fact that Julia Roberts and Catherine Zeta-Jones don't come back for this sequel for Ocean's 13. They both drop out. And their absence is just explained by a small bit of dialogue in the movie. And yeah, I just as much as I didn't like Ocean's 12, I did want the characters to come back, so it gets docked some points for that, in my opinion. But yeah, it's just kind of there. Next up is one I don't have a physical copy of, and that's Ocean's 8. I just got it on streaming. That one's going to take my 3rd place. With Ocean's 12 as 5th place and Ocean's 13 as 4th place. Ocean's 8 is going to take my 3rd place. So, I kind of hate to have this one metal, but it's only a 5-part series, so even, Ocean's 13 is making my Mount Rushmore apparently, but yeah, this one will get my bronze medal just kind of by default. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's because there was a gap in between. There was kind of a time gap between when I watched 13 and 8. but at least it felt somewhat refreshing or whatever. It felt a little bit fresher. So maybe it's not a totally fair scale on which I'm judging it. The one thing I don't like about the movie is they're kind of anti-men. Oh, we have an all-female cast now, and we're just gonna throw a little shade at men. I felt it was unnecessary. It's one thing to do the all-female cast. It's another thing to do the whole men are bad and women are good narrative that just really turns me off. So, yeah, it's gonna get my third place. Um, Maybe it's recency bias, just seeing it for the first time or whatever. I don't know. But these movies are hard to rank because I feel like 12, 13, and 8 are all kind of close. They all have their flaws, but they also are kind of fun movies just to watch and just to get back and be like, oh, it's a hikes movie. So it is what it is on that one. So it comes down to the original versus the remake. And I am going to give my silver medal actually to the remake. Now, this is probably going to surprise a lot of people, but there's nothing wrong with the movie per se. It's a fun hikes movie, and I think it does a lot of things well. It certainly does it better than the sequels. But yeah, nothing about it actually stands out that much. It's the most well put together and the most well thought out of the movies that have come out recently. But the original Ocean's 11 is getting my gold medal. So yeah, the remake got my silver and the original gets my gold. It is the most clever of all of them. It's got the cleverest dialogue, and just a clever script, and it's you really feel the weight and the consequences of each decision that's made. I love the dialogue. I love following the characters. I love the decisions that are made and the consequences that happen without trying to spoil the ending, in case you've never seen the original from 1960. Now, I understand that it did originally come out in black and white, and the version I watched was colorized, so it had color added to the black and white film. And to me, the color looks natural enough that it didn't distract or take away from the movie in any way. And I probably would have preferred the color version over the black and white version. I've never actually watched the movie in black and white. I've only watched it in color. So, yeah, if you haven't seen the original Ocean's 11, I definitely recommend it. It's my favorite. It far and away gets my gold medal. Not to say that the remake isn't good, but I just think the original is better. So that's my list. Alright. Tell me how you would rank this franchise down below. Have you seen all the movies in the franchise? Have you ever seen the original? If not, give it a try. Alright, God bless everybody. Dragonfire out.